All right. Saka is a major doubt for City encounter that is going to happen on Sunday this weekend. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the Arsenal News Show. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're really watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. You've missed me, but I'm gonna hate to show up. So let's take it to where we deserve it to be by smashing the like button close to 400 times, and don't forget to subscribe to see to it that we hit 18,000 subscribers before the end of this month. And also because you guys are really doing great on this show, and we know you are really taking us far. Now, yesterday we saw Bukayo Saka limping off the field of play, and some first took it as a precaution, but according to the news we are getting, it looks like it has gone ahead not to work out well for the side of the Arsenal side. And we are having stories coming in from Sammy Mikbo, there is Matt Law. All these are tier 1 journalists confirming to us on the current injury situation of Bukayo Saka as far as the City encounter is really concerned. One will ask, why is it so much about Man City? Because Man City lost their game over the weekend and they're having 18 points. Arsenal has 17 points, and for the very first time this season, if Arsenal beat Man City, they'll go ahead and top the Premier League table, or they'll go 2 points ahead of Man City. That will be a very huge milestone, because if you look at how last season started, it was City chasing Arsenal. This time around, it is Arsenal chasing City. And if at all you get a chance, when Manchester City has gone ahead to drop points without Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, John Stones, Bernardo Silva, those 4 players out, when you're going to play it, you have to obviously beat it and find it very easy for you to obviously take them over, because all you need is to obviously milk that chance. You have to milk that chance efficiently to obviously get you to where you deserve to be as a side of Arsenal. So that's why this is really a very huge major concern concerning Bukayo Saka, because we all know what Saka brings on the field of play. He's one of those few players that you at least bet on to get you a very good performance, either a goal or an assist, or a set piece, or a penalty when it comes to these big games. That is Bukayo Saka for you. And let's go to what a certain journalist known as Gary Cottel, who was on Sky Sports after the game of Arsenal was done, and what he said. First of all, that's that I don't want to give Arsenal and England fans false hope, but the healing around here are not at all official. It's that Saka may not be too bad, perhaps a muscle strain or maybe a precaution. That's what he said. He also went ahead and really said that the club have made it clear Mikel Arteta will take no chances with any player tonight, with the Man City with Man City around the corner. Fingers crossed. Let's see what Arteta says later. That is it. Now, when it comes to all what happened about Bukayo Saka yesterday, it was something that journalists took very, very easy, but it was something really huge, because Bukayo Saka has always really gotten injuries, and every time he gets those injuries, he finds himself not leaving the field of play. He forces to obviously be on the field of play and not go anywhere. But yesterday, it was something different, that he obviously came in through and he really moved up. So, and when Arteta was really asked about what it was, this is what Arteta had to say about Bukayo Saka's injury. And I want to bring you bit per bit as far as all this was concerned, because I want us to go to the main story when you guys have gone ahead to know the foundation or the synopsis of all this, because we just don't want to come here and obviously bring you stories without a very clear foundation. Now, when Mikel Arteta was asked after the game, this is what he had to say. It was a back heel and he felt uncomfortable to continue. We don't know how it is, how he is yet. So this is Mikel Arteta revealing to us exactly what his player felt like And you will on any day understand what it's like for Mikel Arteta. And he will sometimes take the blame and sometimes he won't. You know? By the way, Saka is one of those players I went ahead to predict is going to come out and put out some good numbers to this season. And I anticipate he's still going to go ahead and do that. But that won't happen if at all he's not rested enough. I was here at a certain point and I was telling you about how not resting Bukayo Saka is obviously going to cost Arsenal a little bit. And there is a constant Arsenal fan who is always on here telling me, Rokani, you are not a doctor, shouldn't discuss injuries. Guys, this channel is all about bringing you stories. And these players who are really injured, we come here and tell you exactly what they are going through. And you have to appreciate what we do, as I appreciate you guys to come here and watch. Now, you are going to get to know what I'm telling you when he's really down like he is now. Because Sammy Mickball, a tier 1 journalist, has gone ahead to let us know that Bukayo Saka suffered a suspected hamstring tweak against RC Rennes. Though medics are hopeful the injury isn't serious, he also took a blow to the thigh in France. He will undergo further medical tests on Thursday following an initial scan on Tuesday, meaning that even tomorrow they are going to obviously do further medical tests, having done some medical scans today. And he also added that as of Wednesday night, Bukayo Saka was not being completely ruled out of Sunday's visit of Man City, but his chances of playing are being judged on a day-by-day basis. Generally, even minor hamstring injuries can take 2 weeks to recover. That is it. So, that is what Sam Mickball went ahead to let us know. But let me tell you one thing, that Saka, if he's getting and accumulating these very many injuries on his body at this young age and is not rested, he reached an extent when his body is totally broken. I have a very clear example of a team I support. I've told you, Anthony Martial was not an injury-prone player, but because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer played him for 1 season or 2 seasons when he's really injured and forced him on the field of play with painkillers, at the age of 27, Anthony Martial is an injury-prone player. He cannot keep fit. And you see to it that he's playing as a second striker after Rasmus Højlund. You know, to keep him fit, he has to obviously play some 70 minutes in a game and then play the next 3 games coming off the bench. That is the situation. And if I told you an Arsenal fan, you wouldn't like to see a Bukayo Saka going through such situations, because there is a lot of games to play. That is it. Arsenal's going to have to play 7 games, 31 games to go. And remember how Arsenal lost the trophy last season. It was in the final bend of the season, and Man City would have gone ahead to charge up. So I think it would have been better not to force Bukayo Saka on the field of play. As they do it for Thomas Partey, they should do it for Bukayo Saka. And it's always not right to play a player who is not fit in such games, because a game of Man City requires a lot of intensity and is going to be facing Nathan Ake. Strong as he is, you know. And by the way, Bukayo Saka is not going to have a very good show over Nathan Ake. I would advise Mikel Arteta and the physios that let Saka get rested. Let him get rested. And the good thing is that we are going to the international break. If he doesn't play on Sunday, he'll rest until the 21st. Meaning that if at all it's a minor muscle injury, those 2 weeks will be enough for him to obviously at least get back to full fitness and come on and really help Arsenal take on the side of Chelsea on the 21st of October. I think that is something great for the player, because Arsenal can win this game of football without Bukayo Saka. That is it. If Arteta gets the tactics right, like playing the double pivot of Thomas Partey and Declan Rice, then he gets maybe Gabriel Jesus, play him off the right, and Trossard off the left, and Edin Nketiah through the middle. Right? I think it can work well out for Mikel Arteta. Or even get Kai Havertz and make him lead the line, or play him to that Bukayo Saka position. That is it. So, to my own understanding, I obviously get it in my head and my knowledge that Arteta might be frustrated, but he needs to obviously come to where the truth is. And the truth is simple. There are very many games to still to play, you know. But if you don't bring on fit players and get on an injury-prone player, will it obviously help you take it where you deserve to be? The answer is no. You have to get in players who are really physically fit to take on this side of Man City. Then another tier 1 journalist has told us that Bukayo Saka is a major injury doubt for Arsenal versus Man City. That is Matlow. He works for the Daily Telegraph, and he's 100% right on what I was going to hate to say about this beautiful game of football. And it shows you exactly what this is going to be like for Mikel Arteta and the lad himself, that is Bukayo Saka. And I know for Bukayo Saka, he's obviously going to continue pushing to come in through and obviously play part into this season. But let me confirm to you, the more he does that, the more he costs himself a career. That is it. The more he does that, the more he costs himself a career. And there is another player known as Danny Murphy. You know him very well, played for Liverpool, he played for Fulham, and he has also gone ahead and obviously told us something that we complained about in the game of Bournemouth. And he said, I've thought all along, I don't mind Saka playing a lot of games, but I think in so many games where they were up last season, they left him on the pitch. They played him in Europa. They played him in Europe in games they didn't need to. I don't think he rotates him very well generally. He had the knock as well at Bournemouth. Now it doesn't look like the knock is linked to a muscle injury he got last night. But if you're 3-0 up away and Saka is limping around and he's got a knock, just take him off. There is no way he'll be playing. It's a muscle injury, no chance on Sunday. Now, I understand some players limp or keep limping on the field of play because they all want to really fake the opponent that he's injured, and the opponent tries to lose concentration on him, knowing that, all right, I've gone ahead to get down with him, and then the player gets a benefit of doubt, obviously go through all past that player. But for Bukayo Saka, I think it's beyond. It's beyond. He has been playing with a nagging injury, and he's really having a problem that needs to be addressed. And the problem is resting him. Like they did to Martinelli, then they also deserve to obviously take it to where it deserves to be. And let's all agree, Saka is injured. And even if they bring him on the field of play and gets injured, then it will be up to Mikel Arteta for not managing this player very well. I know people will say that you have to play your best player. I understand. You have to play your best player. But to what extent? This time around, the player looks injured and he deserves to be rested and treated for full treatment. A chance is there for him to rest for some good weeks, right? Then Fred Ljungberg, the former Arsenal player and Invisible, has gone ahead and really said the following, that I've been a little bit like rest Saka a little bit. I felt he's played bit too much. He's still young, and you say you can run as much as they can when they're still young. Rest him. He's the most important player. Give him a break sometimes. I'm a bit worried about Arsenal. By the way, for me, I don't agree that Saka is the most important player at Arsenal. You know why? Some players have not gone ahead to be given a chance to play to that position. You get? So you tell me that he's more important than Gabriel Jesus. He's more important than Martin Odegaard. Guys, Saliba. I understand Saka is really a good player. He has gone ahead to do lots of things for Arsenal, but he's not that kind of player that you would obviously want to be off, because he complements the team well, and you anticipate that he's obviously going to pull out a moment of magic somehow, somewhere. But to this extent, he's just being overrated. You know, I want Saka to really prove to us that he can obviously do and lift Arsenal to where they deserve to be, right? When you look at how Martin Odegaard does and really lifts up this team of Arsenal, like the game of Bournemouth, that guy was involved in 4 goals that Arsenal scored. Can you imagine? That is insane, you know, and is a central attacking midfielder. So to me, I think Ljungberg has a point, and this man needs to be rested. He's young, 22 years of age. His career might get destroyed if at all they keep him on the field of play. And Bukayo Saka should also know that he still has lots of years to play ahead of himself. He shouldn't put his body on the line like that when there is a chance for him to obviously rest a little bit. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So your thoughts onto this are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make? What do you make about Bukayo Saka might missing the game of Man City over the weekend? Would you start him or not, provided he's injured? And what do you think about what these people are going to hate to say about Saka in general? So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out. See you later. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. I'm out.